Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 12 of the Reddit Ladder League. This is Kudo here alongside me, TJ, and today's going to be a huge game today. A big one. How are you doing,
Hey,
TJ?
Kudo! Not to ruin your little blurb, but I think you need to know already.
I need to ready, right?
Yeah, I think you do.
Is this a new system or
Slash
something?
ready.
Slash
Slash
ready,
ready will
right?
work.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
Boom.
guys, that's actually weird. I didn't realize
That
computers had to ready
it,
too.
did you join a team at the beginning? Because I think that's how that happened.
That's how that happens, huh? That's pretty weird. But actually, that's pretty cool because we could actually get ourselves set up for once instead of relying on these guys, right? So, it's fine, right? It's all good. How is everyone doing watching? Thank you all for supporting the stream, watching, seeing your friends match up. This is just day 12. After all, we have a long season ahead of us. This is week 2 of games, and this is another best of 3. We will be talking over the knife round as it progresses on at the moment. Usually the first person who gets the knife always wins, but
I'm
what's
I'm
up?
really excited just because the last 3 games we had on Cash, I watched, and in all 3 of those games, the guy who won the knife round won the game. And right
So,
now, Immersion just
yeah,
won the knife round, so I'm calling them to win the game.
you're calling him to win the game. Alright, knife round equals win games. You just gotta get a thesis statement on that. Let's actually prove that point. Let's see what happens here. So, they're gonna be going ahead to pick CT, which is pretty cool, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah, Immersion is the counter-terrorists, and they haven't set their name. I'll ask them to at some point during a pause or something like that.
Alright.
But I think you can live. Process of elimination and all that.
Right. So,
Both these teams actually steamrolled their first opponents, so it should be a pretty good matchup. I'm really looking forward to as the season progresses. We see a lot better and closer matchups.
absolutely see which ones truly have their skill paid out for them as they constantly dominate this ladder. After all, this ladder is made by anyone who can joy that can make up a 5. First kill of the first round, Reed 12B able to get a nice pick onto Smith over at B main. So far, a little aggressive plays coming in from the counter-terrorists, Team Immersion. So 1 down,
Yeah,
4 to go. They're still slow playing this out, but A seems to be good on them. Nut seems to be the only one watching. Shifts a lot decided to move down to mid, but he's going to go back and forth between highway and truck.
Fire and Ash are bursting out onto the A side as I say this, and they will find almost no opposition on the side except for Nut playing on the truck, and he has almost no damage done. And Chaos removes shifts a lot up on the mid, and Nut gets a nutty headshot onto the site. Roots another player! He's going insane! Paladin getting back onto the terrace, and the round will be cleaned up by the CTs, apart from Paladin, who's left alone in A main, and goes down to the 2-man face. That was a very effective take by Fire and Ash, but I also really liked how they were playing that retake over on the Immersion side.
Something to quite note, that takeover involved absolutely no nades being thrown at all. Just to point that out in mind, no nades was thrown at all on that takeover at A. Fire and Ash was able to get the bomb plant, but they were pretty much, they succumbed to no protection whatsoever other than Big Red. And other than that, they pretty much Team Immersion just stormed as a team, together. Now they have quite the SMGs. They're pushing it to B side right now. Exal gonna be trying to halt that progress along with Reed. They're still both holding site. 3 down so far for Fire and Ash. Paladin, the last one left, 26. Successful defense from Immersion.
Yeah, and earlier you mentioned that they didn't use any nades, and that really came that round. They just threw themselves against the wall, and as Paladin goes down to Nut, it just didn't work at all. They just ran into a site filled with SMGs, and they found the SMGs, didn't really like them.
Alright. They planted bomb in round 1, so it will make sense that they're buying all up 5 AKs, coupled with a good amount of flashes and smokes. No frag grenades, though. Let's see what they're able to do here while the rest of the Team Immersion, with all the nades that they can possibly offer.
They're playing retake on A again. No one's on the. Oh no, now Nut's playing quad. but he's still alone, which is, I'm not sure I like that. I'm pretty sure that they do better if you played outside of the site, or if they have multiple players inside the site. But the fact that there's only one man committed should cut them off once these nades come in, and he'll have to do something absolutely naughty.
MZ has rotated as well. The nades have been thrown out. Not able to get a quick one onto Nikolai. Nikolai did not check that corner whatsoever. It seems like Fire and Ash has a bomb site. Shifts a lot, gonna be tossing a nade out. Gonna be hitting quite a few. Actually, none. Surprisingly. But it seems like they're holding A site so far. It's left to Axel and Shifts a lot. Shifts a lot's gonna make a move. A nice scout onto Chaos, trying to jump it. Abe and Smith able to take down Axel and Shifts a lot, and it's down to Reed. Reed with nades so far. Gonna toss out a flash. He has to deal with Abe and Smith. Abe is down to 9 HP, but he doesn't seem like he's going to be watching his back just yet. Well, Reed has moved. He was able to take out Smith and Reed as well.
That was Fire and Ash's round. They completely had that in the bag, and they almost still had it. If one of them had held on for a few more seconds, that bomb defuse would have gone the other way. They just absolutely, they had the round, it was completely within their control, and then they pushed out, they took fights they didn't need to, it looked like, because they could have just sat behind quad or spread out across the back of the site. But instead they all grouped up around quad and then decided it was a bad plan and spread out and met all the retaking players then.
Right. They this time used nades to take it over. They were successful in taking over the A side, but it was just holding, I don't, you know. The
retake, there you go. The retake.
The retake. Immersion's really good at it, apparently.
Although Fire and Ash appear to be going for the A site again.
Once again.
They have gotten plants here, whereas they got completely wrecked on the B site that one time they tried it. So I guess they've had slightly more positive results over here.
Right.
And this time Immersion are playing the site. They're not playing retake. Although Habster already gets a nice headshot onto Nutty with the Tech 9. That was almost entirely RNG.
MX though holding Forklift right now with it. 250 and Chaos kills his own team. Chaos killing Nikolai, his own team member. And pretty much it all crumbled after that team kill. Only left a Paladin, the roamer of the team, against 3 members, full armor, and full primaries.
That absolutely won't help the recon. Although, it's only, what, $300 now?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember it used to be like 16,000 or something absolutely naughty.
It's just
Paladin with the 1 dig, please! Oh.
He pulled that deagle out since round 2, so I want to see him capable of using
He's got to have some confidence with him. And we do see a player rotating in, Reed's coming in, and he does get the 1 dig cover, he does spray him down. Peeking out. And he knows where Shift's lot is.
Is he gonna
could go for the pre-fire.
Is he gonna pick up his gun though? He has not.
No, he's going for the 1 dig.
Well,
why would you need a gun when you have a dig?
Well, Axel's right gonna be watching truck. He's gonna this time go for it, but Axel's right there. And M4A1S can beat out a deagle in certain matchups, and that was just one of them. 4-0. Reed has timed out. We are calling for a pause. And yeah.
Alright, I'm going to use this time to ask Immersion.
Absolutely.
To set their name.
Alright. So, while the match has been paused, I'd once again like to thank all of you for tuning in to day 12 of Reddit Ladder League. This is Kudo, and alongside me is TJ. And the match has been paused. It's so far 4-0. Fire and Ash Esports looking to be going all out with their buys. This time Smith is gonna be picking up an op. Let's see if he's the main opper of that team. The CT team is Team Immersion. We're just waiting on getting these names out. Reed has just crashed, but seems like he just came right back. Once again, guys, this Twitch channel is going to be the official channel for all Reddit Ladder League matches. We also have a secondary channel for any matches that overlap. This is also a best of 3, so this is just game 1 of this best of 3 series that's going to be going on throughout the afternoon and possibly night.
There they go. They got that. I couldn't remember the command, but I'm glad they got that.
They got it.
Immersions with a Z.
With a Z, with a Z, yeah. But, yeah. So, what's up to everybody that's currently in the chat? Nice to see you all.
Veer's very happy.
Very happy.
Veer's very consistently happy.
Consistently. So you're saying he should just keep the caps for this entire when he wants to chat, then, huh?
I mean, I always do that. What's the
Yo,
point of having a caps lock button if you don't use it as the terrorist team of Fire and Ash is working their way towards the B side? Which they haven't found any success at. This entire half they got wrecked the last time they tried it. The Molotov doesn't force out Excel, so they have no clue he's there.
he's still holding the angle. He's pretty confident in holding the angle. He had picked up AK. He's gonna peek out now. He does get Smith. He does get the Opera. Chaos gonna be trading that kill back. This will force MZ to possibly rotate through vents. Reed now in position to also go on it. Here comes the smoke. Reed gonna be tossing out a frag. That's gonna be hitting Paladin down to 35 HP. Very crucial.
They just shouldn't go for this. The entire CT team is rotated, but they're going in anyway, and they're getting the kills anyway. As Reed trades very poorly, and the site is Fire and Ashes. I take everything back. So they have a man advantage. Scratch that. Never mind. They have the trade. 2 for 1.
Down to Nut, over at Headshot, he's able to get a Bizer. Gonna be reloading a bit, it's down to 1v1 Chaos versus Nut. Both second fraggers, and it's gonna be Chaos that's gonna be pulling out their first win of this game, of this series.
Series, game, everything,
Yeah,
all of
first
the above.
game, and this is also the first time they've won out of the best of 3 series, yeah. There we go. I'm pretty sure I was correct there.
What's the siding on cache currently? Is it currently considered a CT sided map? It's like slightly CT sided, so this isn't terrible for Fire and Ash, right?
Not that bad, but as the day goes along,
These are the pro strats. They rush all the way through mid. Immersion is they rush into the blender that is Fire and Ash.
look at the
MZ.
bodies. It's like a
Left alone.
massacre.
MZ.
Uh-oh.
MZ should get a free kill. Doesn't manage anything else, but it was a nice free kill that he got. I was really excited. He really should check that.
What an absolute.
If the entire CT side runs up mid, you should expect there to also be a player in the closest angle to mid.
He probably felt pretty good after MZ felt pretty good after shooting him, but nonetheless, that's just Immersion's wanted to get rid of the round. They still gotta save though, but I guess look at all those nades. Are they gonna toss it all together? Well, Chaos is going on to boost right now. He's gonna be peeking out. I'm not sure XL sees it. Chaos misses his first 2 shots. Actually,
They're all in mid again.
they're all up mid, nading Paladin down to 0 HP, so that's pretty good on them. And that gets Reed to pick up
XL's
the
gonna call that they're over at the A side. As soon as he sees this, he's gonna call they're over at the A side, and there's gonna be 4 CTs angry with AKs now. Rotating, make that 3, sorry, as Chaos removes Not.
Right.
And we're left with Reed playing very far with an AK, allowing his 2 pistol players to push up and see what they can get done. MZ pushing up at the truck.
MZ getting some substantial shots onto Chaos, down to 57 HP, shifts a lot, going to be doing work with his name, going to be shifting through the smoke over at A main. Now he's going to be running it. He's trying to find out Chaos. He does take Chaos down to 2 people
They have an AK now.
They do have
Couldn't put it to use. However, Reed will save his, which is crucial because that will allow them to buy. That'll allow him to buy somebody else next round. He has $3,000. He can buy Not, who's fairly low. So if he chooses to buy an op, he will absolutely be able to do that. As he also gets a kill onto Nikolai, which won't hurt him, either his economy or his ego.
Oh, especially the ego. Especially the ego. And you are right, MZ will be taking an op, although that's out of his own money. At least he has armor for that. And let's see what they're going to roll with now. I don't think they're going to go all mid again. MZ is going to be taking that op to A side.
Those were 2 of the closest rounds they've had.
True.
I think
Very
rushing mid is an interesting strategy that they should definitely continue to exploit.
Yeah. You know, catching them off guard and all that jazz, as well as, well, I guess you had to do another pause, but it's mid-match, so they're unable to do so yet. Bomb Carrier was the one that
Glancing at the screen, it looks like your health isn't visible. You can fix that by pressing escape or toggling the map.
Alright, is it really? Oh, I hate that glitch, by the way. I really do. But, Nikolai gonna be peeking out Squeaky in just a second. It's out. The door is out right now. I don't know if Nut's seen that door coming out, but he's gonna be tossing a flash out there. Still no movement. Seems like Fire and Ash wants to play absolutely passive. Completely passive. Paladin gonna be peeking out. Gonna be going to shift a lot. Shifts a lot. Boom! Big nade from Paladin. Gonna take him out of commission a little bit sooner. Reed able to take down Paladin though. Smith and Nikolai able to take down Nud. They're closing it onto A site right now. Smith, can he speak one? He does see MZ. The bomb carrier is down though. Smith getting a double kill onto Shifts a lot as well. XL getting one on Smith and Reed finishing it off with Nikolai. 5 and 3.
Speaking of crashes, I'm actually experiencing one right now. So,
Really?
over to you.
Over to me. Awesome. Well, I can't wait for you to come back. I hope you do come back, TJ, but nonetheless, the match is going to be paused once again. Immersion leading 5 over Fire and Ash Esports to 3. So far, I find it pretty funny how we can absolutely tell who the bomb carrier is for Fire and Ash, because he's leading in score, even though Smith and Chaos have 8 kills, double what Baser has. Reed leading with 10 kills so far with Immersions, followed up by XL with 6. It seems like Fire and Ash wants to go for B side once again. XL is in position, ready for the smoke. He's just shooting through the smoke. He actually takes 2 members down. Abizer and Nikolai down to 63 and 36 respectively. Flash out as well. He does have a frag grenade, but he chooses not to throw it. Reed is going to be smoked out, but he has an opening gap where he's able to see them cross over to checkers. He knows Nikolai has rotated over to checkers. Paladin peeking out right now. He's able to take down Paladin. Nikolai with the deagle going to take down Reed. Nikolai, he got a little too cocky there. Abizer decided to plant very early before he's even able to clear out sight. XL and MZ, they were able to defend it completely. Fire and Ash really rushed for that bomb plant, but they were unable to get that done. Unable to get that bomb planted down, but it still gets Fire and Ash to go ahead and AK up and full head armor as well.
That sounds really exciting. I couldn't tell you if it was or not, but it sounds really exciting.
I can make everything sound exciting, TJ. That's like my superpower, man.
Could you tell me about how the paint dried really excitingly?
Oh, well, you know, paint dry is a little special, but I like to see wet paint, you know, once I can visibly see drip down. It's pretty, it's calm and relaxing. It's like Bob
Well, I'll tell you
Ross
what was
style.
exciting right then is Paladin got an excellent headshot onto Shifts-a-Lot, and on immediate opposite side of the map, Excel removed Paladin. They were just like doubled up. It was like a tag team, like Power Rangers. Pretty exciting. It's not removed. No, doesn't get anyone, despite having the lineup. And as a result, Fire and Ash will have the site, but there is a quick flank coming in.
Oh no!
And Not peeks out from quad and removes 2 players.
Triple
And 3.
kill. MZ with the triple kill. XL able to finish that one off. He was just going ring around the rosy on quad, just sniping Fire and Ash Esports members with 5.7s. And he got away with it, because once again, Fire and Ash keeps rushing their takes. And that was no reason to completely rush it out. You gotta check the back corner of quad. That's a certain. Because...
Hi, Bear TV.
Hi, Bear TV. Hello, I don't know who you are, but I'm pretty sure TJ
Yeah,
does.
I'm sorry. I could see chat and it needed to happen.
Needed to
As we
happen.
do see a BT.
So with Fire and Ash absolutely rushing this one, Reed getting a double kill, no nades coming out whatsoever. Molotov down as well, so Smith is unable to join the pain train, but he will soon though. XL gonna be picking
Take
up
was
that
the wrong
kill.
word for that. I said there was a B take, that was the wrong word. There was a B slaughter or something that was happening.
It was
Paladin alone. Paladin
B
alone in mid with Abser, and... I'm sorry, what was it?
it was an attempted B take, but it didn't work out whatsoever. Didn't work out at all. I'm pretty sad at that. Once again, they didn't utilize any nades, especially in this competitive level of play. You gotta at least use a couple. But then again, they were saving.
Yeah, it was an eco, but if you're doing a rush like that as Paladin goes down, if you're doing a rush like that, then you should at least have all your players synchronized. But instead, two players ran into the site and challenged some full bot players, and unsurprisingly, that didn't go well. And then one player was left, and he pushed, and that didn't go well. And then the remaining two players just took 1v1 duels with low HP, and well, one of them had low HP, the other one had clock, and neither of them worked well. So Fire and Ash are just getting stomped as a result.
Absolutely. Maybe you think it's a good idea just to make a pain train happen, or do you, like, if 3 members die instantly?
You know what? You know what I would like to see from Fire? I would like to see some mid control. Because all their takes have been coming out of the B main or the A main. If they were taking a bit of mid control, they'd have so much more to work with. But because they're not holding down mid, we can see that there's already a rotate and 3 players on the A site. And the 4th and 5th players are already rotating. Because there's just no reason for them to think about it. They know exactly where everyone is.
4 members now rotating. They know that Fire and Ash is here. They're going out either way. And an absolute slaughter. I'm not going to even call this one a take. But Paladin able to take down 3 members so far. He took down 3, but Axel able to finish him off. 9-3 Immersion's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and if they just decided to hold down mid control, they could have potentially caught out 2 players on the rotate, and definitely, absolutely, they would have had another prong for the attack. And just the fact that they chose to put all their pressure through main and Squeaky led to them just funneling out into a stacked site, because Immersion had no doubts about where they were, and also could just annihilate them, as we see MZ doing to Nikolai very early into this round.
But they know that Abizer's over at... Shifts a lot getting caught off guard. Abizer's over at...
I was calling him Abser. Is that not right? I don't know.
Yeah,
that was a nutty headshot.
A nut...
See that?
You really
That
like...
was a nutty headshot.
You really just...
Oh, and another one! Oh, sorry.
Another one. I'm trying to find where he is right now. Chaos, the only member
He's playing
left.
quad.
Oh, he's over at
just
quad?
absolutely destroying everything as Chaos is about to peek into Reed and gets a
1
headshot,
HP.
but
1
Reed
HP.
also gets one.
1 HP. Look at
The P250. You know what? I love the P250. That's why I don't love the P250.
Did he had armor? He had armor that time,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Oh, go figure. That's unfortunate. Very
I'm gonna do a brief public announcement. Blizzard Wizards and Potato. If either Potato Inc. or Blizzard Wizards are watching this stream right now, you are currently both being given a strike for not showing up. So I hope you do know that.
Oh, damn. Alright.
Sorry. What I'm not sorry about is XL removing Nikolai with vengeance. MZ doing the same to Smith.
Paladin able to get a swift op shot onto Shifts a lot, and he's going to be finding Reed soon on the other side of that smoke, but it seems like he just wants to chill out so far. Although Abizer going to be going ahead and getting a full lead jacket from Reed, and that's the bomb down too, so all of Immersions know where the bomb is. It's up to Paladin and Chaos to take that back. Oh, I just saw him. About to see him, actually. Reed is still holding that angle so far. Paladin down to 74 HP. He has his op out, just waiting. But he also has to deal with XL, who's also rushing too. Gonna be going ahead. Tossing a nade out. Gonna take down the windows of mid. But it seems like Paladin and Chaos, they're just very well struggling. It seems like he just doesn't want to die. He might just give up this round just to save his ob next round.
You know what I just noticed?
What's up?
The only person on Immersion with skin is Nut. And I know Paladin's doing things, but let's talk... Oh no, MZ has nice
He has a friggin' Doppler!
I take everything back, but there were not an awful lot of default AKs. Might have made some bad last few days.
Nut is very
anyway.
comfortable with this M4A1S right now. As
look at the... Oh, the smokes!
The smokes! But is it gonna stop Nut though? They didn't clear that out. Chaos completely to the back of where Nut was shooting him in the head.
Both threw smokes, they both missed, and they're both gonna die. They were both targeting the same location. Both of them completely missed, as you can see when he turned around there. They both completely... There's one door! You can throw it anywhere within the door and it covers the entire door, and they both managed to miss it. Which just led to them not had no second thoughts. They just walked into the site and obliterated them.
The smoke
There's
is
just no teamwork.
right. The smoke is not the Donald Trump grenade. The smoke doesn't just stop them from going through that position. It just adds a little bit more risk. But Nut knew the time, that little time that Fire and Ash had to even planning it down. Speaking of which, Paladin able to get a nice shot onto MZ. Paladin gonna
He's
be
pushing
rushing
out
out.
into Axel and he removes him too! 1 HP and he goes down to the fire.
The fire. Straight into his chest, too. But, Shifts a lot and Reed gonna be working on mid. Shifts a lot gonna go very aggro and push over while Advisor and Chaos sitting A main still. Nut able to getting a nice shot onto Smith. But it's still 3 members left. Maybe taking over A. But Shifts a lot is there at the flank.
So you see, while they had mid-control, they were really making entrance into this round, but the second they lost it, it just all collapsed on them. Not that I'm saying anything, but if Fire and Ash Esports are looking for a coach, I'm available for only a low fee. As we see the remaining 2 Fire and Ash players being flanked by Reed, and he should get a free kill onto Chaos, which will leave Nikolai completely stranded and alone. Without the bomb, as Chaos goes down, Nikolai rushes out onto the site, goes down very low to an op shot, takes out Reed with an amazing 1-tap, and now he's in a 1v1. He could still pull this out as he does! With an amazing spray. Really tight, really consistent, and he just carried his team to a 4-11.5, which they could theoretically pull back from.
And to be quite frank, they did a terrible job going into it as well. The bomb carrier and Nikolai completely separated. One went squeaky, the other one went main without watching their backs whatsoever. And that was all immersions too. That was all immersion. That was just awesome shooting by Nikolai. Completely awesome shooting by
They did
Nikolai.
deserve that round.
Giving
but
him 100% credit for that round.
deserved it.
Yeah.
As they're taking mid-control. Remember what I was saying? The whole first half, already some nice mid-control coming out from Immersion. And they're working their way up into the A site, and they've removed Damser with some nice tight head shooting. Not going nutty again, pushing truck. Goes down to Smiths, proving they are mortal. Chaos going into a second one. And Reed trading back in, that's a 3v2. Fire and Ash in favor, however the bomb is down. Nikolai knows where MZ is, presumably has communicated that. MZ will get one, and Nikolai completely failing at hitting anything. Smith picks him up though. And the last remaining player on Immersion is at Quad, which is a position where he can get 1v1s. And they're definitely not avoiding that as he gets one with a tight headshot. And a second! Getting Immersion, the first pistol round, and likely the map.
So that was, I would give credit to absolutely Excel, but it seemed like Immersion almost threw that one as well. There was 2 members that went into Z. No. 2 members that went straight into truck. Wanted to go completely aggressive there. Died. 1 went into Z2. So 3 members of Immersion just straight up went aggressive at that bomb plan when you really don't have to.
It was the lack of coordination. I'm sorry. It was the lack of coordination from Fire and Ash because they ran out 1 by 1 on completely separate and allowed 1v1, and they both lost their 1v1.
That's
sorry.
Totally
Paladin.
the shot that
Not
Paladin wanted to do. That he was waiting for that moment, and thank goodness I had that moment too. So he's feeling pretty happy that it's still a 3v4 situation. Fire and Ash has to come back from.
Break it to him slowly. He must be feeling really unhappy now, and extra unhappy now he's in a 2v4.
Right.
But there was a moment of glory, I'm sure.
It gives him more opportunities to make more shots in this round. Let's see if he's capable of carrying that momentum. But it seems like Absur and Paladin side by side here, and they don't want to go for it. So completely understandable.
Paladin one dig this guy. Watch it. Someone's gonna peek. I don't know who it is because he looked away from the guy. But especially now that Absur's lost the fight,
He's baiting
he's
Absur.
gonna XL's gonna push. Gonna go one dig.
No!
I had all my dreams on him.
So here's
I'm
the
so
thing.
sad. Now.
Here's the thing with Paladin's Deagle. He lined his crosshair is perfect. His crosshair is genuinely perfect for the Wandig. But when he misses, he can't recover from that and starts spraying out and just hoping for the best. So he needs to find a little bit more control, and that's the Negev coming from XL there. Seems like he's pretty confident in winning this one. While the rest of Fire and Ash wants to go mid. Shifts a lot is going to be contesting all of them. Here comes Nut from the top. Able to get 3 members so far. Very, very nutty play. Reed doesn't want to give him the ace. Alright, fine. Paladin not wanting to run with a Deagle whatsoever. Just going to stick with P250 this time. I'm pretty sure his glory is all gone from
Save
that.
the pesto. Save the pesto. The pesto did nothing wrong. It's Paladin removes player. Do you have game chat on? If not,
I
you
have
just
game
click
chat,
that.
and it's pretty funny.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad that wasn't
I'm not making you
completely
sound
lost.
dumb. I'm not making you sound dumb. No, don't worry about. It's like talking to a baby with TSS. Oh, save the pesto, kid. Save the pesto. Save the pesto. No. Oh, you got Reed.
No. You have to eat the pesto first.
Eat it.
You have to eat the pesto
Or
first because
chew
it's just
on
like
it.
kind of vegetable,
Chew
right?
on it, yeah.
Wow. I always liked pesto pizza.
Pesto
Very delicious.
pizza.
Negable shifts a lot. Do you think that's tactics or just BM?
I
I spectate shifts a lot. I don't care what happens on the other side of the map. I want to see what happens with this Nega. Standing in mid and not doing much.
Nothing much. Reed peeking out, getting Paladin to move around. Paladin able to take down Reed though. That's the only opposition coming in from the B side, as the majority of Immersion's coming over to A. Chaos and Absur not able to get a nice shot onto Absur. Let's see if they're capable of getting it out. Chaos firebombed out of his position over at Forklift. Another firebomb coming in over at Catwalk. Smith, unable to get to the safety of the truck, will be shot down by Nut. Nut is doing really well on the op so far, ridiculously well, and is down to Nut's XL. Ooh, what a nice attempted boost there.
He's just going for it. He doesn't give a fucking. He didn't need to as Immersion wins the round, putting them up at match point 15-4, and the next map will be Dust 2. I don't know.
Looking...
Overtime?
Well, let's see what happens here. Nikolai getting a max 7. They obviously want to try to win this round.
Not just gave another negative.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious.
Meanwhile, Paladin's got a deagle. I've got a dream. I want to see it.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and just spectate him throughout the rest of this. We'll actually...
Watch Paladin. We'll get this done. As Absur's going down in mid. Reed. Perhaps having the opportunity. There's a player on the other side of this wall, and he's pushing it, but he takes out the Rock Smoke and goes down sadly. Nikolai getting a mag 7. No scope Smith.
Oh,
And Paladin with the 1D and the second.
The second one, and I was unable to get that one because I was watching Nikolai. But let's see if he's capable of repeating that again. Of course, he needs to get a skin for that deagle, that's for sure. And oh my goodness. Come on, Paladin. I think the rest of Fire and Ash Esports is just saving it onto him. The bomb carrier Nut. Trying to figure out
If he gets this last 1 I will send him a deagle skin. I will personally give him a deagle skin if he gets this last 1 I have sworn on my oath as a serving Paladin. And he's just waiting for the bomb point, which is the smart way. He almost had that! And as a result, I think Fire and Ash will lose this. Because Nut and Chaos are in a 1v1. Nut's going for the plant, he's going to get it. Now the advantage is firmly in his court. And Chaos only has the MP7. Nade almost gets him, he's down at 24 HP, that's a one shot. He could pick up this op and that would equalize it. However, he chooses not to, instead sticking with the MP7. The smoke goes randomly onto the side, not really sure what that achieves. And he did have the positional advantage, but it wasn't enough. Nut will clean it up. We're going to Dust 2.
We are going to Dust 2. That is a wildfire case for XL. The score isn't 16-15. Despite what that says, we are changing map to Dust 2. I don't gotta cut the music. I just gotta chill with you, TJ. I want to see more Paladin Dust.
You're welcome to chill with me anytime you like. Netflix and chill.
Well, Netflix and chill is gonna be playing later. Not this afternoon, but tomorrow afternoon, right?
Oh.
Yes.
That meant something special.
That meant absolutely. Netflix and Chill is an ESEA team, and they
No.
What?
I'm trying to build up a relationship here.
A relationship, but Netflix and Chill Wait, building up with the team? Why are you building up with the team? We are.
No, Kudo, you mean a lot to me.
I know, but you know what else means a lot? Netflix and chill going throughout this season. Laterally.
I no,
Look,
Kudo.
look. Let me pull out the stats here, and then I can make you calm. Here's what's happening. Tomorrow, we have a lot of games happening at the same time. We're going to be here with more action. I'm personally going to be here. TJ, I don't think you are. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be doing that after I'm purposely denying you any opportunity of a relationship.
Kudo.
But
I just wanted to date rape you. I don't understand.
Right. It's kind of hard when you're at British Columbia and I'm over at New York. So.
Wait, no, a British Columbian is entirely different from somebody who lives in British Columbia. A British Columbian is is an Englishman who's living in Colombia, which is a nation which is on the entirely different side of the world.
So why does Canada name British Columbia that?
'Cause it's like Colombia, but it's not, so it's British.
Alright. Well, you actually stick true to that name as a British man living in British Columbia, right? Am I correct when I say that?
Is it British Columbia now?
Yeah, you make it authentic. That's the thing.
Alright, thank you.
Alright.
I
Yeah.
don't know where we're going.
Right, I've been there once. It was an airport that I went to, Vancouver International Airport. It was pretty cool, but cold, on my way to Hong Kong. So
How was the airport called?
the airport, well, actually, no, I forgot. No,
There's heating. Don't lie to me.
there is heating, but what I had to do was stay on the airplane because we were unloading to get the passengers wanting to go to Hong Kong from Vancouver over there. So, you know, things still there. But I assume that British Columbia is a nice place to live. You're obviously there for study, not in the UK, in some form, right?
I'm just watching this run boost happening between MZ and Paladin at spawn. It's really not working. They're on opposite teams, so they have no coordination, and it's just nothing's happening. It's
Well, to be
potential run
fair,
boost
not to hit on to Ash, not to fire on Ash, but if two members of their own team did it, it
already
would still
hit on
fail.
that.
Well, let's be a little frank here, but I do want to see. I absolutely do want to see an improvement of communication from Fire and Ash. They have capabilities in Dust 2. It's more of a familiar map. Alright.
I don't know what's happening in their spawn.
Oh, should we be readying up, by the way?
I don't know if we have to. We'll find out when Paladin readies.
Alright, we'll just
I'm not gonna ready because I want to find out if I have to ready.
Paladin has
Chaos.
ready.
We're waiting on
Chaos.
I've got the tab scoreboard. Don't lie to me.
Alright, don't worry about that. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning into day 12 of the Reddit Ladder League. This is Kudo alongside me, TJ. We are casting Fire and Ash Esports versus Immersions. Immersions taking game 1 over at Cash. Now it's game 2. Let's see if Fire Ash, like I said, capable of communicating, having a better game sense in general, because Dust 2 is such a familiar map to everyone, I assume. I hope. I truly hope.
I also think, and I actually don't know this at all, but I'm going to say, just so that we can build up the storyline, that this was Fire and Ash's map pick. Now, that might not be true. In fact, I'm almost sure that's not true, but I'm going to say that anyway, because it gives them some hope.
It gives them some hope and gives us something the viewers want to look forward to. I want to see Game 3. Game 3s are always awesome.
Well, what also, and I mean, the last 2 points were mockery, but this, very seriously, when we've seen first maps go overwhelmingly in favor of one team, and not just because one team's stronger, just because a couple of key rounds went one way, some coordination was wrong on some others, oftentimes, Immersions in this case will be overconfident going into the second map. And if Fire and Ash are on the same level, which I believe this will be a fairly close game when it comes down to it in terms of pure skill, so I think that Fire and Ash do stand a chance if Immersions is overconfident going in.
Right. They were very BME in the last part of Cash.
Yeah, and Paladin removed them with some very nice 1Ds. It was impressive.
Absolutely. So, For Immersion side, I forgot to run through the rosters in Game 1. I will not do that Game 2. We have Nut, Shift-A-Lot, MZ, Reed, XL on the side of Fire Ash Esports. We got Nikolai, Abzer, Paladin, Smith, and Chaos. So far, Fire and Ash Esports.
And Kudo?
And Kudo, yes.
You're being told. Bear says, Kudo's voice is the kind of voice you'd hear in a nature documentary.
Well,
I'm like, yes. You know, those documentaries about those uncontacted tribes in the middle of the Amazon?
Okay, so fine. I'll rearrange my voice where I'm gonna be I'll be in a documentary of Lemmy's life. All right, Lemmy's life. I'll create that voice. While doing so, no nades coming out.
Because that's over. As is Smith's with some great shots from Shiftslot and MZ respectively. And there's push out long. It should be shot down. Nikolai's being absolutely outfought as Shiftslot removes Chaos and MZ's going for the knife. There's gonna be some DM. No, as it gets shot down by the pistol.
Easy money
and now
there.
He's all over 73, but it won't happen. Could have been like 5 quick headshots I was watching. Hi, Knack. I see you in chat.
Hi, Knack. And if you saw that, Knack, that was no nades coming out of Fire and Ash Esports whatsoever. No nades. I didn't see a single nade popped out onto short A. At least for the first round, you really do genuinely have to go all out. Granted, they bought body armor, but you gotta at least have one member of the team to use that economy that they had, the $800, to just flat out get some nades, get something rolling. It's a very important map. Nikolai obtaining a double kill at B site, and it's clear. It's very clear. Paladin gonna be waiting around CT, takes a shot onto Nut. Nice shot, by the way.
That was nutty.
Very
As
nice.
MZ removes Paladin and Smith. I'm just gonna use that every kill that happens in or around Nut. As Fire and Ash have a very solid pistol round advantage here, but they are pushing out and scratch that. They get a kill. Chaos knows where the last player is, and MZ pushes out. MZ lurks back into the smoke. Reed is apparently listening to the cast, which, given that there's a 90-second delay, I don't know. Seems like that would mess you up, but maybe I don't know anything. As MZ falls back to long with the MP9.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like if you're hearing the game sounds but 90 seconds delayed, that would really mess you up.
Hey, but thank you for tuning in and listening to my voice. Apparently I talk like you guys are animals, or
No, you are, no. The burn was that you were the native that was uncontacted in the Amazon. I was the...
No, okay, so not animals, alright.
No, you talk like they're nature documentary people. You're like in the middle of the Amazon, making strange noises and threatening to murder. I'm sorry. Burns aren't good when you have to explain them, because then it's just like insulting, and I don't know. Sorry.
Alright.
Nax says a friend of his is in this game. Drop it in chat. I'll give them a shout out.
Nice.
And I'll also rip them limb for limb. As we do see Nikolai hanging outside with P90. I want to see some Pro 90 action as he pushes boldly into long, where no man has gone before it. He will crush Nut. Meanwhile, Paladin removes Reed with a nice headshot. He's been doing a lot of those. Pushes coming out from Fire and Ash onto long. Smoke coming in. Good to see that. 2 smokes though. Not good to see that. And they both miss. Not good to see that. Paladin removes MZ. And the XL and shifts a lot. Shifts a lot. In the lower tons, that nade won't need to remove Paladin because XL will do it for him. And now they have an AK. They should decide to save that. Although actually they should have the money to buy up next round, so they don't have to. And he does have body armor, so he could make that happen. Shifts a lot. We'll go down to the Pro 90.
He should save that AK. He should save that AK.
Here's the player, and he should get a kill, and he does get a kill with a nice transfer headshot. And another onto Nikolai.
Oh no, he wants to go for this. He wants to go. That's Fire and Ash.
It's a 1v2. I've seen this happen before. The players are split up. Smith is on the other side, and now that flash. It's too late now. But XL should get another kill if Smith pushes his way, which it looks like he won't be. As Smith's and Abser will be going their separate ways. I don't really like that, but it doesn't bite them this time. Reed is apparently his friend. Well, let me tell you, Reed was absolute shit on the first map, so be sure to poke it.
Alright, dang. Sure. Speaking of which, Fire and Ash, that was another example of how unnecessary aggressive they were after planting the bomb. You really... The only time you should be offensive at any point after you plant the bomb as terroricide...
I'm offensive all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Being on offense. Like... You should honestly do it once you realize that, number one, okay, there's no chance in hell they're going for the bomb, and you know that they're
Can we,
saving. Just go for the kill. But that
can we
was
talk
at
about no chance in hell?
no
So
chance
they've
in hell.
left Excel 1v5 to defend the A site. Every other player is stacked towards the B site, and they're going A site, and I'm going to say Excel has no chance in hell. Because he's all alone. And Chaos should catch off the rotate. Scratch that, he's falling back, and you could have a 5-man retake. Okay! Fire and Ash have done it again. They've blown my mind. They managed to fuck up a round they should have perfectly within their grasp. Excel goes down to Absor. Paladin goes down over Absor, goes down to the aforementioned flank, and I do think they're getting much more damage than they should have. They could have just taken the site smoothly, held it down. Reed has an AK, and he should be able to save that.
Right, at least they're capable of saving this one this time. Let's see how aggressive that these guys are gonna go after playing. They're setting up so far. And it seems that Reed most definitely gonna shift walk his way through. You know, if it was me, I would have just honestly just ran all the way to be.
What? Then Paladin would have heard you, made the call, and you would have had a whole bunch of angry players your way.
Well, Reed wants to make people angry. There's 4 members of Fire and Ash over at Long so far. Is any of them going to despawn?
No, they don't need to. It's a good call, and I really like that Fire and Ash are actually consolidating and playing smart. And the fact that they chose to do it on the one round where spreading out might have won them a rifle doesn't really mean anything. Because they all exited the same way, they all exited in a group, and they all exited just before the time, so there was no chance for a sneaky defuse. I really likes it, and I hope they continue to make smart plays like that, as we do see them apparently making a nice spread out across the map.
Good spread. 3 members of Ace so far. It seems like, let's see what Paladin's capable of doing. He decides to smoke himself off.
This is the one way. I saw some Reddit.
Oh!
It is his advantage, I called it.
Was that actually what was supposed to happen? I've not
Yeah,
seen that before.
he could see his foot. If you you walk out to the very edge and you can see people's feet underneath the smoke, but from their perspective, it's really hard to see.
Reed gets naded down to 64. I mean, we're called Reddit Ladder League for a reason, right? So, you know, if any of these players right now have a dual monitor, easily once they die in like the first 30 seconds, you know, you could just go on Reddit and search up Reddit. Hey, dust 2 tips, dust 2 smokes, and they're capable of utilizing it in that very match. So let's see if they're capable. Let's see if they're resourceful or focused on. I mean, like I said, we are Reddit Ladder League for a reason. We carry the Reddit name because I'm pretty sure all of the members here are, in some form, Redditors, right?
Sure, as I'm just trying to sort out some admin stuff. Give me a second.
Shift a lot is going to be dealt. He's going to be firebombed twice, but he's sitting on the ramp right now, unable to get any shots to land. Chaos is going to get one onto Shift a lot. MZ, though, going to be trying to do his best. Smith getting one onto Reed as well. MZ going to be peeking out with the M4A1S. Sees Paladin over at Goose, along with XL. They're both together. They're both going at the same time. No nades. XL able to get Chaos. And can they capable of getting Absor too? I'm not sure. He's going to be spraying it down. MZ able to get Absor. Paladin able to trade that kill right back. And this is Fire and Ash with a significant lead so far. And momentum as well.
Well, I'm glad to hear they have momentum. All I'm getting is Veer messaging me going, so, dude, what are your thoughts on Netflix and chill?
Thoughts on Netflix and chill? Well, you have casted them before, right? I have not.
I have casted them. Frankly, Netflix and chill are a very good team. But as far as coordination, they really looked solid, so I think you just have to really study what they were doing and how they were doing it, and most importantly, don't get this guy called Sean anywhere near you, because they had a player called Sean, and he was nutty.
Nutty. I want to see Nutty versus Sean sometime soon in this season. I hope I could find that. We're gonna be seeing Chaos getting a nice shift kill on Shifts a lot. Shifty kill on Shifts a lot, and XL And not are going to be rotating over, but B bomb site is clear for V3 at the moment, with Paladin being the lurker. Let's see what Immersion is capable of doing. They are ecoing, but it seems like they just want to throw their lives into it. And there's nades. Look at all the nades coming out. I'm pretty happy. Not trying to see anyone from the smoke. He is trying to get some shots. He does get Abster down to 73, but they know he's over there. Not getting a huge nade into his own genital area too. And oh, he takes Chaos down to 1 HP.
Oh, wait. I tuned out just mentally for a second, and you're talking about nading people's genitals.
Hey, that's exactly what happened. Paladin did nade it. No, not Paladin. It was Chaos that did that.
Well, that certainly would be chaotic.
It would I would not like that to happen in me in real life too. But at least this isn't CS:GO, where he is still capable of rubbering down. And nonetheless, we do have a pause from both teams.
Yeah, we are having some consistent server issues, and what we're trying to do to get around it, we actually have 3 games running on a single box oftentimes. And what we're trying to do in the future is we're getting more servers and spreading it out, but we are limited by funding. And if you want to help us do that, I'm going to turn this problem into a pitch. Right below the stream, there's a little donation thing, support, I believe it says. If you do that, we will be able to buy more servers. We will be able to provide better support for the players in games, so they're not pausing games and complaining about rubber banding.
It's unfortunate. And we know that the issue is happening, but we're gonna do our best to try to give you, like I said, an adequate server, adequate performance as well. So we are.
Paladin's good. Again, I think his catch off MZ. As he peeks out, however, MZ reads it like a bucket wrecks him. Absa removes Reed, however, Reed gets on the Chaos before that happens. Take that. Smiths walks out. Gets a nice shot onto MZ. That was amazing. Did you catch that?
MZ was firebombed. MZ was completely firebombed. He had to jump over. Good nades coming out from Fire and Ash so far. It's like they were listening to this stream this entire time, right?
Almost like they were listening to the stream. Oh wait, they said they were listening to the stream.
They were.
God damn! I was gonna get a coaching fee. I was gonna extort them for money.
You know, I never made a single ounce of money streaming in my entire career because I do it as a hobby. So maybe
I was gonna get money as a coaching fee. I was experiencing a new profession.
A new profession, absolutely. And we're here. This profession though is pretty cool. Managing a tournament, right? Paladin. Oh wow, Reed.
That is called a taste of your own medicine.
I saw it from Paladin's perspective. You have to be so angry right now. I would be infuriated if that happened to me, because that was long distance and he was wielding an op and absolutely did scope down. Well, that was Shift a lot trying to rush into Chaos and Apser's way. XL trying to do the same in a little second, but God,
Leave with the one dig, please.
Dang that D. Goodness gracious.
There was a CZ headshot on the other side. Onto Chaos. And someone in chat was rooting for Reed. Knack was, and I have to tell you, Reed has definitely shown up.
Oh, absolutely.
Hang on, I need to deal with a little bit of admin. Give me a second.
Alright. So it seems like the rest of Fire and Ash wants to go towards A this time. Not a lot of results was happening in B, nor were they confident enough to go into it. MZ gonna be waiting over at car. It seems like Nud and Reed's reading it out. Nikolai getting a nice shot onto Reed. Molotov coming in. Made force MZ out of his position. No, it won't. He's able to take down Nikolai. Unable to take down the rest, though. Abs are taking down MZ and Nud down to only XL. XL waiting at short. 15 seconds left onto the clock. And here comes XL with a Molotov, a nice Molotov, able to take down Smith, burning a Brazier down. He was just sitting in the Molotov. What a very funny way of getting that bomb down. Of course, the Brazier's gonna blame it on rubber banding. Can't blame him. XL has to force out of his way, but yeah. 6-1, and that's gonna get Immersion to win a round for once. That was a 6-round winning streak that Fire and Ash was capable of holding until a Wandi quite literally stopped that from happening. Wild.
Apparently Reddit Ladder League is Solar's favorite stream.
That's not true. That's not true. He must listen. He must watch Summit. He must watch I'm a Cutie
Solar says,
or
except
Except the
the
quality.
quality is 30 FPS, so it's poop quality. Please stream or upgrade to 60.
If he only had
Apparently
the,
it's laggy.
if he only had the capabilities of doing that. Well, it's
So-
laggy
so
onto the game. That's the
Don't
issue.
get to simultaneously complain about the lag and the 30 FPS. So the reason we run at a lower quality is because we do not have the partner qualities where people can change their personal quality. So we have to stream to the lowest possible quality while still being acceptable so that people can experience the stream. Because if you have a worse internet connection and we're streaming at 60 FPS, people will not be able to load the stream, although Smith is definitely going down in that.
Chaos! Trying to do the smoke thing happening. He tried to do the smoke trick, unable to do so. MZ is able to spray him from the back. And Immersion capable of getting 2 rounds in a row. Let's see what Fire and Ashes honestly can do to stop their halt from Immersion from taking any more rounds. So far, they're doing very well. Doing very well so far in the first half of this game 2. And they gotta win this game to make it into a game 3 because Immersion is leading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Fire and Ash are going to get to the 3rd map. I did call it at the beginning, and I do think it is going to happen.
I believe so too. Reed gonna be wielding an M4A1S this time. Gonna be tossing a smoke out. It seems like Fire and Ash wants to play this a little patience this time. Not ruthless aggression like they were pulling off the last game, where they constantly went in without nades or just went in just to get the plants and stuff without checking all corners. They really do want to have some patience in doing so, but there's an issue with that. With patience, but they're still shooting out of the tunnel, it'll force people, it might honestly force people to rotate faster, so instead of 2 men watching B, you get a 3rd man rotating from mid. What Chipsalot quite possibly might be doing soon. Fire and Ash, Nikolai Smith down so far, Axel on top of the double stack, and Reed really wants to get another B. You can see his dedication with that.
You know what? The way this game's been going, I don't doubt that he might pull it off. Somehow, it's going to happen. Teagle bullets are magnetic, right?
You can say that, but they're not magnetic to blood as far as I know.
Well, Chaos should get a free kill onto Excel. Oh no, I
He
take
does.
it back.
He does.
Excel checks it, but Chaos does get it.
He does
Reed
get
now
it.
has an M4. Absur's only on 1 HP. That must be terrifying.
Oh, please
And
shoot
shifts
for
a
that.
lot, pushes towards him. Spam through the wall could remove him quite quickly.
Right.
Absur's rubber banding pretty hard.
11 seconds left. 11 seconds left, and they just want to save. 3 members so far against 4, and they really just are not confident in coming in. Maybe it's because they're not confident because of the rubber banding, or I honestly have no idea. Read about the peak.
Nobody else seems to be suffering, so I think it's just Absur's computer or local connection. I don't know.
So interesting call there. What do you think about just saving as 3 men?
I think it was probably wise, given that they essentially had 2 men and Absur didn't have anything. I do think that Absur should have suicided because he didn't have anything. I think the 2 players with rifles should have saved. I don't know. Solar TV is reporting us to Twitch because of Nuts picture.
Because of what?
Nuts picture.
Not the picture.
Profile picture.
Oh, way to go.
Can you put like a little logo on top of it?
Should I honestly do that? I'll put a picture of a cat. I'll find a little picture of a cat and then I'll put it on there. Maybe if that's
Alright,
possible.
well that's worth it.
Worth it.
That's complete. I mean, cats are adorable. As Excel pushes out towards mid and trades some damage with Absur. Absur coming out on top, and Excel very low now.
I've seen worse though. I've seen worse profile pics. But
Absolutely. I think you can report them to Steam, but of
yeah,
course Steam doesn't do anything. So.
Effective. That's more effective. Well, then again, I don't know how much Steam wants to police their profile pic inappropriateness. I'm not sure, but that's admit to be XL trying to get something done there, but will be sniped out by Smith. Abser getting a nice Tech 9 onto Reed, but the bomb carrier is still mid. Chaos gonna be delaying some time for Fire and Ash to come at it, but I think they're still capable of winning the round either way. Not getting a nice kill onto Paladin, but it's still a 4v1. And that is just Abser taking down Nuts. And that is gonna be that Fire and Ash is gonna be stopping Immersion's halt 3 rounds in a row, and they're gonna pick up their own.
Yeah, and I think I just made the judgment call looking at the amount of lag that was happening that round. Let's switch servers after this map. Should we go to a third map on this Immersions? I think the terrorist side is definitely favoured on Dust 2. Not this badly, but I do think it is, so there is still room for a comeback.
Right. Double op coming in from Smith and Chaos over at Fire and Ash Esports.
I think they should have given it to Paladin, because Paladin has nothing. Other 2 players on his team have an op. I'm just saying, could have bought 2 AKs.
Yeah, they could have bought Paladin, too. That's pretty interesting. I don't know. He's just currently watching long 8 doors right now. Nothing much happening, but, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. XL
Is that interesting?
Well, I think it's just, again, a lack of communication, or just Paladin, quote-unquote, taking one for the team, but then again, you know, I'm not sure if that's the correct thing to do.
Nikolai's already gone down. Paladin can pick up his gun, as Smith unscopes at the wrong time. Will rescope now, but loses the fight, just shifts a lot. And the player pushes up can, gets both the ops in one smooth motion. And now Paladin's left alone, really wishing he'd bought a gun, and he will go down.
Alright, so easy enough. Nuts watching that angle over at Shorty, capable of taking down 2 oppers. And it seems like nothing much. Like I said, after this round, we are gonna be switching up the servers. Switching up the map and the server, right? True? Not true?
After this map, we're going to switch the server.
Right.
This is absolutely unplayable for quite a few players, although I do think it is even, so it's not unfair, it's just bad for everyone.
It's just bad for everyone, Ryan. Yeah. Yep. It's pretty unfortunate, but once again...
Although it does appear to be clearing out, I take it back. It looked good for a second. XL abusing his aim as opposed to his lag. Ripping the head off one player. Chaos gets back into him. MZ trades back. And now it's all left to Paladin.
He's still
P250.
rolling with the P250 in full armor. So, yeah. He's just... Look at that. Look at that. You could see Reed right there, holding long A doors while Paladin is just completely crouched down. Reed unsuspecting, right next to each other. He had an opportunity to knife it, but I'm pretty sure he was like, I don't want to miss it though. It would be very embarrassing. So good on him. He does pick up an AK, but we'll just get shot down by Nut. So, yeah. That was pretty interesting.
That was awkward.
Awkward, but it did yield results. It did yield results.
I forgot. That was adorable.
Very adorable. Well, I would have not done that, but he was, like I said, he was capable of getting a result from that adorable play. Reed going to be tossing a nade out. The majority of Fire and Ash sitting B site.
Absurd. SOS. Abort. SOS.
I know, it's just an unfortunate thing that we have to deal with, and that's just because we really do lack the funding for servers.
We are switching to eBot, which should make it a little bit easier to switch servers. I think we will have the capability to do that. But I do agree that this is absolutely terrible. As Smith removes Reed, shifts slot moving Abser, and the door is being held by the AWP at close range, and he will continue to hold it, and this will allow the site. Oh, never mind, it's held by Chaos. Interesting challenge by Nikolai into the AWP, and both players remaining are very low HP, and if I were them, I would just hold the site. They could get the bomb behind, I think, but they're choosing not to. Shift slot isn't holding the door, which he could do, and completely denied the plan.
XL still holding tunnels as well. They're both surrounding car. No bomb plant in sight. They're very scared. They don't got any more nades at all. MZ gonna be peeking out a window very soon. It seems like Chaos, both Nikolai and Chaos, very low. Very, very, very low. They only need one nade to take both of them out.
I think the immersion push is going to come in a few seconds, which I don't really agree with. I know they should clean this up, and they probably will now. But ideally, they could have just sat still. And I also think Fire and Ash is probably getting tilted by the lag, which is a shame. But it should also be noted that both teams have the same. So they should just stop. It was clear that their communication broke down when they took the side there. They just sat there, they didn't do anything. And they really, if they'd been communicating, it would have been obvious what to do.
Right. 7-7, Immersions was capable of tying it up. This is the last round. Gonna be a close game, not getting...
Oh, Chaos with the...
MZ, though, getting a nice shot onto Smith. It's gonna halt their aggression over at short. XL is gonna be pushing through a smoke. Gonna be going
chat
short.
mentioned Silver One. Someone immediately responded, "How are you, Silver One?"
XL getting a nice shot onto Chaos, and it's gonna be down to Paladin once again, rolling with a P250. Pretty. And he's
See, just they're blaming the lag, but they're not keeping track of their economy. Paladin also has 200 ping, which can't be helping his lag. I think that's the plus, although he should remove Shift's Law. Never mind, I take it back. Shift's Law removes him, and that will be 8-7 with a nice comeback from Immersion. Fire and Ash definitely salty as we don't see any good half. Habs are calling for the pause.
And it is paused. So we're going to be waiting up right here. Fire and Ash does a remarkable job, though. They did a nice job not making this 11-4 like the last half. They were able to come back. They were able to communicate in the beginning until the lag happened. But it seems like they're going to be going ahead, picking up any sort of nades, right? That's a smoke coming in from XL over at Immersions. On Fire and Ashes, so far, just chilling. Chaos has to leave for just a second. And we're just waiting. Any call on what's gonna happen, TJ?
I don't know. I think he's just reconnecting because of his ping. But the ping is a local thing.
Right.
Well, we'd lose the score if we swapped mid-map.
True, we would lose that score heavily. Or just lose the plugin in general, right? You think we can just manually do it, or...?
8-7. I think the problem would be halftime. I think, as rough as it is, they should just play through it. I do agree that this is terrible, but there's no good way for us to transition it. Reed's going for the BM. Immersion up one map to Fire and Ashes 0 in the series, and the pistol round's coming in. I don't know.
That's not getting a huge kill onto Paladin at first. That's going to prompt Nikolai and Chaos to immediately recognize that all of them are going short. Not getting a nice shot on Chaos. Nikolai unable to get anything done there as Immersion's completely taking over the site so far. Apps are downed, and so will Smith. Well, Smith actually just going to be chilling over. Oh, shoot. Smith trying to get spotted around and getting a barrage of bullets so far. He's going to be seeing Reed on the other side, and Reed will be taking that down. Alright. Paladin's over 300 ping. He's nearing the NASA lock.
launch sequence. It's kind of terrifying, actually.
Nearing launch sequence. What do you mean?
He's out nearly over 9,000.
Nearly over 9,000.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he has some time to get there, right? Some time, right?
Yeah, they're gonna win the map, second map.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have a new server, and he might have a better thing to do it, because I do believe if we did go there, we go to the Montreal server. Different box. Shifts a lot, and Co. Taking a nice, solid second round anti-eco. Nikolai and Smith's going down very low.
Right. Very low MZ will be. He's going to be pushing out through. He's going to be taking out Smith. All left to Nikolai now. Nikolai able to get XL. And MZ able to trade that kill right back.
If your frame rate's low, that's also not the server fault.
Mm-hmm.
Not an FPS problem. XL. Ah, boy.
Seems like the majority of Fire Ash going through mid. They have to save up this one. Nobody watching B though. The bomb has been dropped over at T spawn, but it seems like Smith is just hauling ass over at spawn right now. Capable of actually MZ sneaking between MZ and Reed. And Reed gonna be picking up Smith either way. Chaos not gonna be watching his back. MZ gonna be taking him down, and it's left to Nikolai.
Well, Nikolai, I think their entire team's salty, and Nikolai's definitely rubber banding, which would give him the right to be salty.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably, I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of bouncing around. Bing bong, ping pong. Oh, that's terrible.
Right.
But he does seem to be smoothing out just in time to
Take
lose to
XL
XL.
down to 11 HP.
Lagging. Reed's not helping.
Holy
I
crap.
can see.
Fire and Ash this time going to be buying all up Paladin with a rifle. And it seems like a Chaos still going to be chilling with a 5.7 either way, but they are going to be peeking mid. Let's see what results is going to happen from them. Nothing much just yet.
Someone dropped into the casting channel and then they ran away.
Not gonna go ahead and peek out short. Smith on the other side of mid doors. Reed seems to be wanting to peek out right now. He does take a base Absur down to 0 HP.
Oh.
XL taking Smith down to 0 HP as well. Although, uh-oh. Chaos.
Absur's.
What's up?
Chaos gets one onto XL.
Mhm.
Absur just seemed very confused with his death. And Chaos will likely be just as confused as Shifts-Alon hits a very nice shot.
Nice.
He saw the gun, so he was able to pre-fire. It was very nice.
Nice shots indeed. Still, so far, Immersion's taking over A side right now. A side, B side, you name it, they're capable of taking it. Let's see what Shifts-Alon's capable of doing with that op so far. He's going to be peeking out. He sees two members coming in. And, oh, wait a minute. Actually, Reed is going to be pushing out Absur with a max 7. Unable to land. He's able to land Reed shot, but not enough for the kill. Reed getting a double kill this time onto Smith. But Chaos is able to trade that kill right back, as it seems like Immersion is just going straight into A site. This time, Paladin's going to be waiting on the other side of MZ. Going to be taking MZ's max 7. I think he picked it up. I don't know. What's up?
Did they change the PowerPoint? Did they change the PowerPoint extension to .pptx?
I think they did. I think they did change the PPTX. But Paladin tried to do a repeat of that hiding in that little corner this time. But was unable to land a max 7 shot that a max 7 shot that is unable to get a kill. So he tried again. 3 ops coming this time for Fire and Ash. Chaos get. Oh!
Sorry, I'm just being salty. I will stop being salty.
Wow, you are very salty. Holy crap. Incredibly salty. It's all over. I mean, my water is full of salt, but it's because I'd like to drink it with light salt in it.
Alright, that's just weird.
That is
doesn't
not.
make
That
you
is
less
not
thirsty.
weird, and there is a simple
That is-
explanation why I do that. I don't drink salt water from the sea. No, that's not me at all. Oh, Shifts a lot, able to get a nice, getting 2 shots onto Karis, one in the leg, the other one in the head. That's gonna prompt Fire and Ash Esports to rotate over soon. Paladin gonna be holding short. Shifts a lot will just take him straight down from mid, although Smith is capable of trading that kill right back. We like you, Knack. We just don't like you enough. Well, actually, we do like you, but yeah. Smith gonna go ahead and try to boost into a site. Let's see if it's a 1v2 situation, so this would be they could be capable of doing it, but Smith just wants to go balls deep into it. He should have at least done a 360. It would have been awesome, but the YOLO tactics are coming out. (14-7) right now. Immersions and Fire Ash Esports. So far, Immersions has won all the rounds so far in the second half. And it seems like Shifts a lot able to get a nice kill onto Chaos. Shifts a lot gonna be running through the smoke instead. Gonna be bypassing Paladin. Paladin gonna be trying to find it. They're going ring around. They're touching each other quite literally. Shifts a lot was able to find that out first. Nikolai getting a nice shot onto Axu. Getting a double kill. Gonna get a triple though. No, Shifts a lot will trade that kill right back. And that leaves A side up for clear. And it seems like Smith gonna be getting a nice shot onto Shifts a lot. He's a 1v2 situation right now. Reed is going to be coming in from behind. Nud wants to do a 360. Unable to see Smith though, but can it count still? I guess it does. That's going to bring Immersion to 15-7. Match point, ladies and gentlemen. Immersion so far doing such a dominant play. All of them are just giving the kills. There is not a single person in Immersion carrying, because they're all carrying their weight so far, all getting the kills, evened out scoreboard so far. Reed trying to get a pick onto, I think, Chaos. Unable to miss the elbow though. As we can see that Abzer wants to rush straight into MZ. Gonna get a nice pick. Rotate all the way right back. Shifts a lot is just still watching it, so it's smart that he didn't move up just yet. Shifts a lot though. Trying to get that bomb out there. Paladin just gonna be waiting on the other end of the door. Although Smith seems to just be watching it. It seems like most of Fire and Ash seems locked down right now. They're in a good position to win this round. Ooh. Smith down to 90 at the moment. Shifts a lot does able to get a pick onto him, but nothing much. He shot him through the box of all places. I've never seen an op shot just do freaking 10. Not able to get a nutty kill onto Chaos, and that is Fire and Ash winning their first round of this second half. Still, we can. There is possibilities out there. Like I said, there's a possibility that Fire and Ash can come back and go 15-15. But I'd like to see that happen, because we could actually see a third match. But so far, I don't know. Let's just see what happens here. Once my friend TJ comes back soon, I hope he's coming back like I said, real soon. Abs are gonna go ahead and Molotov all of Immersions, but they're gonna smoke clear it, and that's gonna be Abs are getting 1, getting 2. He's gonna fall back, not go for a third. Gonna be tossing a nade over, tossing a flash over. He's gonna accept that B is gonna be taken down, but can he get a pick though? He does shoot XL through the box, taking him down to 70, but it's down to 2 members of Immersion left. Down to only 2. A smoker's gonna come out, but it seems like they just really want to rush in there. XL spotting out. He's gonna be firebombed out of where his position was. Abs are gonna be going through the smoke, not able to get any sort of anything done. Down to Smith to win it all. Smith trying to peek out, does get XL. Can he get Reed? Is against a Negev, but the Negev is gonna be winning it for